Welcome back, survivors! I'm the Survivalist, and we return Carnivores Cordelia to check out his bait again and see how the technical aspects still are. Again, when we went into things like the options, everything here, I'm actually going to... Oh, view range is at default. I'm going to slide that down a little bit and see if that helps for... Actually, maybe I'll even turn off fog. See if maybe that'll help for some performance issues that we've been having when the game's been... or when we've been trying to launch the mod. Like, it's really been a case of... Every time I try to seem to launch the mod, like pressing hunt, there's something different that happens. Sometimes I get the error message of it can't access the weapons. Sometimes it seems to load us into like a really slow chugging along slideshow. Sometimes it runs smooth and we can get some hunting done. It's just one of the things that comes with, again, a beta build, trying to figure out and see what can be polished, how is it technically performing, and what feedback is coming in from it. So everything is as we want it to try to get at least one or two of these guys for today. Hopefully the technical side cooperates a bit better today. And if it doesn't, I do have the backup plan that we can go into that I was going to save for next week, but we'll have to see entirely about how things go come, again, just launching in and see how it is. I'd still like to get at least one of these more for the trophy room. I'd love both, just to see like where they're placed inside the little gallery, but we'll have to see how it goes from there. Everything's good though, so let's try our first hunt. Okay, we've loaded in, so I guess what the fog option does is it actually gives you that, like, underwater sort of feel where everything's got that bluish tint to it. Because, I mean, it still does feel like we are underwater, but I don't think it's really changed the performance that much, so if I do have to head out of this hunt without getting anything, or with getting anything, I'll see about enabling the fog again, just to make it a little bit more of how the game is meant to be played. Or the mod is meant to be presented and seen. Because, yeah, it is a little strange having the tint not there. It does make it feel a little bit more like it's above water. Okay, but the frame issues are not happening on this launch, so that's good. Let me just try a call. Okay, no Mossonia called or replied back. Let's try Dolly Crinkops. Nothing. Okay, so we might as well walk our way into the current there. I was just checking to see if there was any frame changes with having the HUD turned on or off, but that doesn't seem to do anything. So I'll just keep going about and trying to take a look. I will also maybe see about trying to enable the radar again and hopping into another hunt. Just in case it was one of the cases of, like, again, another awkward launch, and the radar does work fine, but just that one instance I tried to load the game, or the mod, with, the frame rate really tanked. Because of all the... You do have to give credit to the... I can't remember if it's a single person who came up with the Modders Engine Edition, or if there was a little bit of a team behind it. But for everything that they're trying to get working and operating... It's basically like taking a crumbling, breaking down foundation of a building made 20 years ago, trying to bake scaffolding and stabilizing it, as well as trying to then make more on top of it, without any of the damage that the base foundation had crumbling further. So it's a real feat for the Mars Edition engine getting to do what it had in the first place, and then other people even being able to build on top of that with stuff like Cordelia, Jurassic Park Hunter Legends, stuff like that. You really have to hand it to the people who are able to sit down, code, and bug fix everything that probably comes undone for what they try doing. As simple of a game as Carnivores looks, it's got a lot more depth to its coding and functions than I think people might give it credit for. And I think, truthfully, that's one of the reasons why we haven't really seen anything else Carnivores like really in the gaming market. Oh. I think that's a Nothosaur, but that might be a variant, because it looked like it had a different bit of coloration to it. We'll try going up to where it was. It might have gotten spooked and left, though. So yeah, that one almost looked like it had more of a greenish underbelly. But it was also towards the hind end, and in the trophy room, I didn't really take a good look to see how the color gradient in that was through it fully. But we gotta go uphill, and you guys know I dislike hills in carnivores. It always seems like there's a surprise on the other side or at the very top, and it's usually one that's very hungry.
Alright, let's see what you've got.
Yeah, speaking of. Okay, no, it's just, okay, it's the color gradient along the tail that I had picked up. I mean, it does have a little bit of a greenish along the underside. I don't think I just looked all that good at it, because you can't really do... I mean, they do, with the poses, it does make it easier. I don't think I took into consideration that before. Okay, but we at least got one thing down. I'm not going to end the hunt yet, because we haven't gotten one of the 2 missing animals yet. Well, I guess technically 3, because there is still the mosasaur to try taking down.
Just take it. Fine. Better luck next time.
Okay, again, no replies back from the Mawsonia. What about a Dolly Krinkops? Nothing. We just gotta keep going. I don't know what's with me. I don't know if it's like a subconscious thing where my brain likes seeing the arrow pointing the direction we're going, so I try to almost like shift to keep going that way. But that's a very bad habit, because that basically just has us walking towards the direction of anything that could pick us up by scent. Gotta try to break that. I probably would say that I would have an equal chance for the compass causing me to go in, like, always facing north. But the problem is, my mic stand kind of goes up and down and blocks the compass, so the only arrow that my smooth brain seems to focus on is the one for the current or wind indicator, which lands me in a lot of trouble. And yeah, I don't exactly like being in the rock field, but I mean, it is kind of where I wound up wandering into. Let me see if I can just try to get us a little bit more out of here, so that we're not quite as in as much danger. Although, truthfully, with all the rocks, I do wonder how that would affect the functionality of a lot of these aquatic creatures. We kind of know it is using a little bit of model hiding to give the illusion the creatures are swimming. But I don't know if they'd be able to, like, get me on a lot of the rocks that are here, just because of what the height seems to be. Like the old carnivore's cheese tactic of hopping onto a tree stump or a rock and just letting things circle you might work pretty well in this mod. If I could actually find anything that would want us, though. No replies from that. No replies from that. We just keep on marching. Yeah, I'll let it go for another minute or two, and then if I'm not seeing anything else, I will try enabling the radar, hopping into new hunt, and seeing what we can find. Although, okay, so that's the very edge of the map. I wasn't sure if it was the edge of the map or it was the, like, deep brine pool. So yeah, let's work our way back this way. I'm not having any luck with anything being out here. I really thought with turning the density up, we would have had a few more encounters, but it doesn't seem... Unless the spawns are, like, a little more concentrated into only certain spots rather than fully across the map Maybe that's what we're running into. I don't really know, in complete honesty. But it's a pretty weak current right now, so I don't think I have to worry about anything really coming after us by scent. Oh. I heard a reply over this way, I believe. And I think it's going... If we're lucky, we might get a Dolly Corincops here. Actually, wow. Okay, well, for whatever reason, crouching down right there really smoothed out the frame rate, so I'm not sure what's going on. But I don't think changing the view distance really mattered all that much. Yeah, over this way. It really does seem to be just luck of the draw when you launch the game, how smooth an experience you'll have. Okay, that I think was the Dolly. It's pretty tiny, but Dolly Corincops, I believe, was actually one of the smaller marine reptiles that we know of. But it's also very fast. And that was with sensitivity dialed all the way down, so... Yeah, it might be pretty difficult getting this one. But it's the best lead I have of any species in the game so far, so we might as well keep after it. And no reply. I'm hoping it didn't go too far away. Oh!
Alright.
There we go. Okay. So with that, we're going to actually end this hunt just to make sure I do have one trophy for today, and then I'll try the radar. Okay, we're back in the menu. I'm going to, again, options, turn fog on, because that's what's intended. Go back into hunt. We'll turn the Dolly Corincops off, just because we're going to focus on that Mawsonia, at least get one of them. We'll try the radar. We'll see if it's, again, just really tanking and chugging along, and if it is, I think that might be a clue that, okay, it is definitely the radar tanking it. If not, it's just another one of the variable outcomes you can have when you launch the mod. But everything looks good and picked, so we'll hop in and give this another try. Okay, we're loaded in, and... Oh, that's interesting. They actually have question mark icons. Okay, well... The frame rate is tanking a fair bit, but I wonder if the question marks mean endemic life or unselected species. Oh, actually, no. Now frame rate is fine. Oh, I forgot to increase the draw distance, though. But yeah, there's a question mark to the southwest. We've got a couple of red dots, so I'm wondering if those are the selected species we're after. Well, I think I might understand how this works. Or not, because apparently there's supposed to be a question mark. Oh, jeez. Okay. Question marks are endemic species on the maps. That can be any of the species that belong to them. Green dots, I think, are... Green dots might be your selected trophy species to go after. And maybe... Or no, the red dots might be your selected trophy species you pick in the menu, and then green dots are just regular ones from the rest there. But at least it does seem the radar isn't what's busted. It's just one of the weird aspects you could sometimes have when the mod launches. So if you do have troubles on one launch, close down, try a new one, and if it's smoother, keep playing with that. That's the best way I can give it to you. It's sort of like a roll of the dice, and you just have to go with whatever the outcome is. But we'll try into a new hunt and see if we can keep that experience a bit better, and I can be a little smarter about actually looking in the proper direction of what the radar is telling us. Well, I guess truthfully it'd be more of a sonar, because we are underwater. And, okay, we got a number of things around us, but to the northeast we've got a red dot. So I'm going to start heading in that direction, see if that is the case of what... I forgot to change the draw distance again. God dang it. I mentioned I want to do something, I get too ahead of myself, and I completely forget to. That is literally the story of my damn life. But yeah, we're going to head up here. Okay, we're going to crouch, so I don't spook off whatever this might be. Oh, it's just... Oh, again, it's up on this hill. Whatever it is. Oh, a DHC scout sub, do not shoot. I don't think that's what's been picking up on the radar, though. Although... Okay, whatever we are picking up should be more north up here. Okay, now, it might be because of my render distance being low. Or it might literally be... I think that sub is... Oh. That sub might very well actually be what we're picking up. Because, yeah, it's... Yeah, it's literally supposed to be... That is. Okay, so for whatever reason, the red is the little sub. We're not going to worry about that. But at least now I know how the radar's operating with having discovered that. So the red dots are, I guess, little scout subs that are going around that just... It does say do not shoot, so maybe what I'll do is see whatever this thing is. If it's something that we've already gotten, we might take a shot at the sub just to see what happens. But yeah, at least now I understand how the radar system is working a bit more. The question marks are the endemic life on each map. And then the green ones are the actual picked species. Oh, little Tanistrophius.
Alright, let's see what you've got.
So where is that sub? I just want to see what happens if you do decide to not follow the advice. Does it actually, like, kill you or have, like, a consequence? Although, truth be told, actually trying to shoot it's going to be a bit difficult given the size is so small. But I'll still give it a go.
Oh, you sure that you... just take it.
Oh, I got it.
Fine.
Yeah, well, I guess... Okay, doesn't seem like anything really happened here, but... Oh, that's a neat little... Oh, there's actually a lot more detail to this little guy than I thought. MMUV32, Scout Sub, DHC. Well, hopefully they won't mind that I took it down on them. And, oh, actually, if we work our way north, we might get our chance at that Mawsonia. Yeah, okay, so that's what the green dots are. I don't think I got a hit on him. Although it looks like he's having some issues with the terrain. Oh, okay. This'll be interesting, putting the Expo to use. Now, it said the Expo was supposed to have a little bit better than usual for its power, which I think is a good thing because the Expo has generally been one of the harder... Oh, we did get a hit on it. Okay. The Expo has usually been one of the harder to use weapons in the series just because of the range finding and stuff to it. But giving it increased power so that way if you do land a hit, it's more meaningful, I think is a very wise choice. It's kind of like how a lot of hunting games have it, so if you are using like a bow and arrow, at the shorter range or for making them hit, they pack a little more punch to themselves. It might not be realistic, but for gameplay sense, you do want to have the player feel like they are not being too punished for trying something out. Yeah, so that's Mawsonia. Okay, that was a hit. I saw the blood. Yeah, but he's in all the rocks and crap. And he's back in the rocks and crap. Okay, well maybe with him having... Yeah, see, he's clipping a lot through the rocks. It's the only issue with having them as a feature of the environment. Is that it makes it so the creatures do have a little bit of difficulty navigating, but also they basically get like shields that their AI might just inadvertently let them get inside of and stay safe with. Oh. Oh, come on. There we go.
See what you've got.
Okay. With that, we're going to exit the hunt because we got our last trophy to last trophy species. And we're back here in the trophy room, so we're going to go and see how the Dollycrincops and the, Mawsonia have been posed. Oh. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand. Endemic life is assigned to the gallery, but trophy species might get these plaques out here. So yeah, there's the Mawsonia. Really nicely done model and texture work to him. Again, as much as it's just a beta state right now, so much has been done so well for this mod. The texture work, the model work. Sound design, again, I think that's just something has to be kind of figured out with the underwater setting. But yeah, overall, very impressed with all the animals we've seen so far. We're still going to have one more regular hunt episode next week. Just seeing if we can get a mosasaur to fill up the trophy room with what I think is the last endemic life on Chasm Central. And then we'll see about that little extra that's tucked in with the beta to play too. But overall, really enjoying my time with it. And yeah, it's really interesting take on the carnivores to have all underwater. I don't know what other species we'll see in the future for the mod or like other endemic life on other maps. But it's shaping up very well so far, and a big thumbs up to the team behind it. Oh, excuse me. But for now, we're going to end the episode right here. Thank you guys very much for joining me on the Carnivores Cordelia beta. If you liked the video, be sure to give a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, just leave in the comments right down below. Until I see you all in the next video or episode, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.